That's why I asked him if he could simply be logical on Discord when I use a, alternate account to ask him to simply, are you going to simply talk this out, or are you just going to be an asshole about it, and I have to be an asshole back to make my point clear to cut the shit, you know?
Wait, so
I'm
because
trying
he's
to be,
bothering,
he's
Vaporwolf,
constant,
you're gonna dox him?
not just that, but the fact that he's literally harassing without proper evidence. Like, if you're gonna do that, at least call the cops or something, is what I say.
Alright, this video is a direct continuation of my expose titled Confronting a 39-year-old VRChat Predator. In that video, I confronted a 39-year-old man known as Vaporwolf, who, as shown in the video, is interacting inappropriately with users under the age of 15. I showed evidence, unedited footage, and first-hand accounts. That was uploaded publicly to inform others and to expose the behavior. Before we continue, online spaces have no expectation of privacy. It's important to understand this. In public spaces such as VRChat, there is no legal expectation of privacy, especially in the US. Courts have consistently ruled on this. For example, setting a case law in the US versus Gines Pers, I don't know how to pronounce this, I'll include a screenshot here. In 2005, it was determined that users in public forums or online games cannot have any reasonable expected privacy. What you do and say can and will be recorded by users and the platform that it's on. And it can be used for anything they want. You do not have control over that. With that being said, there is no expectation of privacy. So telling someone you don't consent to being recorded, you are in an online game in public worlds. You cannot give consent. You automatically forfeit your consent by joining these worlds. You forfeit your consent by being in open places with other users. It's the same as walking into a grocery store and the security cameras capture you. You forfeit your expectation of privacy by going into a place that's publicly accessible by others. After the video release, and a day after posting the Vaporwolf expose, I was contacted on Discord by a user named Kingexostar. He came off as neutral at first, saying he was investigating Vaporwolf, and I thought he might just be another content creator trying to cover it too, but soon I realized he was sent by Vaporwolf to act and try to manipulate the narrative. The conversation took a really strange turn. King demanded a voice call, and he said he wanted to hear my voice in an extremely off-putting message that he sent. I blocked him immediately. This wasn't just odd, it was just off-putting. After the next 2 days after that video, I have received tons of friend requests inside of VRChat, all from users under the ages of 14, including King Expo himself. I blocked King Expo when I got his friend request, and then he also tried contacting me on other social media platforms, to which he got a block button as well. But I was getting lots of friend requests in VRChat. Now, one of them I got is a name I recognized. This is a 13-year-old girl I featured, or I covered in my last video, because Vaporwolf was calling them his VRChat mom.
Damn, my mom's tail is long as fuck.
And yes, this is Vaporwolf calling a 13-year-old who he just made a sexual comment at the word mom. And yes, a 39-year-old man calls a 13-year-old girl his mom. It's not quirky, it's manipulative and disgusting. Here's how this is. I accepted her friend request, but I kept strict conditions. I only spoke to her in a public instance, with witnesses present. She reached out to me. I did not pursue her. She joined on me. Without requesting or anything else, while I was in a public world with friends. When she joined, my friend and I did pull her to the side where others couldn't see and asked her some simple questions, such as,
Big Nugget, could I talk to you?
oh,
Is this one of his friends?
yeah.
If you could talk to him, you could talk to me. Come on, come talk to us. Come on, come over here. You can't give
Your name?
consent. You can't give consent to an adult. You understand that, right?
No, but still technically illegal.
No, that doesn't matter. You can't give consent to an adult. That's why. That's basically what we're trying to tell you. You're not listening. You understand that, right? You can't.
You're like the
an
12th account he's
adult-
had. You understand? I've got 12 friend requests, all users under the age of and from just that video alone from him. And every single one of them comes up to me saying that they're trying to defend him. I'm like, defending a 39-year-old is not helping his case.
Yeah, like you can't give consent to a 39-year-old. That's not how it works.
If anything, what's happening now is just proving my point, and it's just making it worse for him.
Oh, I just want to say something. Did you think when my bio said I was taken that? Did you think I was taken by him?
No, he calls you his mom.
Yeah. I do not understand what we're trying to tell you. Are you being brainwashed?
There's no such thing as brainwashing.
Why are you though associating with a man that's almost 40 years old?
Like I
That's
said,
that, and you're
it's
letting
kind of
him call you mom.
No.
Like dude, where
Can
are
you
your
stop interrupting me?
Can we talk to your parents?
I don't know. My parents can't even get up. They're disabled.
Both of them?
Yes, my dad's had a heart attack and stroke in the past 3 years, and my mom just had knee surgery.
Okay. So
Getting
if
up
your mom
doesn't-
just had knee surgery. That doesn't mean your mom is disabled. It just means that her knee.
She's
is getting
immobilized,
fixed.
yeah.
So can we talk to your mom?
She can't get up, and right now she's taking
okay.
a nap.
Okay. So then, how about this? How about when your mom wakes up, you go to her and you tell her that a 39-year-old is calling you a mom in VRChat, and see what she says.
Exactly.
There was something I was gonna say, but now I don't even remember what I was gonna say.
Well, whatever you're gonna say, it doesn't really matter. Because you trying to defend a 39-year-old is not okay.
Especially when he's going to be 40 in September. It's not.
Yeah. No, it's not even like I want you. Actually, how about this? I want you to go to your mom and tell her that you're a 40-year-old, a soon-to-be 40-year-old is calling you mom. And see
Exactly.
what she says in a VR game, and see what she says. And if you don't do it, that just proves a point. Come on.
I'm already getting
If you're
proven a
not
point
scared and you
anyway.
think if you think a 39-year-old, why are you running away?
I'm not pursuing it.
I want to talk to the other kids now.
Can you... two of the other ones added me, but they're not online right now.
When they get online, we need to talk to them. We have to have an adult conversation with them because obviously they're adults, right?
No, they're all under.
No, but they want to act like adults, so let's treat them like adults, yeah?
Exactly.
Sir, stay down.
Hold on.
They left.
Space. All right.
You have no expectation of privacy on this game. She claimed also, we asked her about brainwashing. She claimed brainwashing isn't real, clearly stating and showing the issues regarding the brainwashing and the manipulative behavior from Vaporwolf. She also gave really inconsistent stories about her parents. She told us that her parents were disabled, saying that one had a health problem and the other one had a surgery. Then she told another creator, who explained this to us later on, that when he asked, she said her parents were dead. These just raise serious red flags about her well-being and the influence she's under for the people she's being around. Later that same night, I was in a public lobby that I joined off of friends. The same thing joined me again because I hadn't removed her yet. Moments later, Kingexostar joined through her. It was a Friends Plus instance, so the only way he could have joined was through her joining off of me, using that chain to get into me. But a friend had informed me that King was asking questions about me and openly talked about doxing me.
Alternate account, ask him to simply, are you going to simply talk this out, or are you just going to be an asshole about it, and I have to be an asshole back to make my point clear to cut the shit, you know?
Wait, so
I'm
because
trying
he's
to be-
bothering... Because he's
Well, he's
bothering Vapor
constant-
Wolf, you're gonna dox him?
Not just that, but the fact that he's literally harassing without proper evidence. Like, if you're gonna do that, at least call the cops or something, is what I say.
Okay, I'm
We
gonna
can't
have to.
always
I'm
do
gonna.
that,
I'm
'cause
gonna
you
have to
can't.
stop you right there, Kingexostar. Are you actually speaking on the mic, or like what is that?
We need to get him
Static.
kicked out of here.
That like
It's a static
static
mic.
ski
Yes.
fucking shit.
It's supposed
know
to
what
do
that
that,
is.
by the way.
So,
It's
why do you have the
Wait,
voice changer on
who?
again?
for my safety, simple enough.
Oh, exit door.
Now, I'm gonna ask you simply, who is the person causing the drama? And two, do I have to get physical or not physical? Because I'm trying to be polite.
Oh shoot.
So what I think
Yeah, I have no idea who's causing drama.
is the Vapor Wolf fella messing around with a lot of kids, and
Oh really?
it's indicative that kids
But
are
do you know
involved
his
because...
But
Right.
according to this, he does
Sorry, I'm
not have
speaking.
18 plus, so, sorry, my apologies. If he was 18, he would have 18 plus on this thing. That's my point.
He's like 40 years old, no?
It's in his bio.
I'm
It's
sure.
age verified too.
I
Yeah.
want to hear
Yeah,
everyone's
yeah,
side of the story. Is
Well,
he?
I've-
Let me check.
And his voice sounds like an old man as well. Wait, you haven't... Wait. You haven't checked that, and you're already talking
I
about
did
doxing
check that.
Nugget?
But I'm trying to hear all sides of the story. I want to get all the knowledge that I can get. I don't want to just hear one
This
side.
guy's been weird to me for the
That's
past
my
2 days.
point.
I can't find Vapor Wolf's profile.
Beaver's not in here apparently. My point is, I'm trying to be reasonable. If we're gonna continue the drama, I'd rather not shut someone's Wi-Fi off tonight. I'm gonna be
How would
reasonable
you-
as possible.
How would you do
Simple
that?
token client grabber. It's a client.
You can't grab people's IPs with a client.
You can. You just gotta go for the fucking either username through social media. I could use Discord. I could use his Discord, by the way. You can use URL grabbers by the
I mean,
SSN.
you cannot get someone's IP through Discord unless you get them to click on a link.
I unblocked him, and I let my friend Kaiser confront him because Kaiser is very knowledgeable about this, and King tried to act tough, but was easily exposed as someone who doesn't even understand the basic of what he was threatening, to the point that he left after being disproven and laughed at because of the pure BS he was spewing from his mouth.
What would DOS be?
DOS is, I believe.
I'm not referring
that's
to
it.
MS-DOS. Just without the extra D. It would just be
My
denial of
apologies,
service.
by the way. Denial of service.
You know what the difference between a denial of service attack and a distributed denial of service attack would be?
Basically overwhelming the router in a way, I'm guessing. You use DDoS attacks causing
When
a
you
bunch of
okay,
pinging and shit.
okay, if you're outside the network, you're not DDoSing the router. You can't do that. You don't have any access to that person's router. That's not what you're knocking offline. You're attacking. In fact, you're not even attacking the modem per se. You're attacking the ISP directly.
Yeah, that's what you normally do.
So you're not overloading a
Stress
router.
the fuck.
You can only overload the router if you're within the local area network.
Guess I got more studying to do. Thanks for the advice.
My point here is that your threats are like they hold no water. You don't know anything about anything about anything.
Probably just that. If not, it'd be...
You're not knocking anyone offline. Okay? It's not happening.
I could still try. I just gotta keep working on it.
Okay.
Thanks.
Doesn't know anything.
Well, I got most of that on tape. Before he
Yeah,
blocked
I-
me. You got the rest. I'll send it to you
I'll
later.
keep a good eye on you.
What a wonderful little fellow. What a
Oh,
wonderful
Send
me?
it to someone. Send it to me.
Because you're the one starting the bullshit.
Send it to Kaiser.
How did I start any
Yes.
bullshit? I'm just asking you tech questions.
Not
You can't answer
you.
a single thing.
Not you.
Be careful, man. Might just dox you.
Yeah,
You might
so
just-
fucking
You might
shivering
just
and
district denial of service.
District.
Thank you.
Damn.
District Dijon mustard onions spinach.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you recorded that, I got most of the clips. That is actually...
I got it from start to. I don't even know who this vapor wolf. Just
Because you're the one starting the
Confronting a
bullshit.
39-year-old, I'm gonna
Kaiser,
watch
you
that
can
shit
send
How
it
did
right
I
now.
start any bullshit? I'm just asking you tech
Not
questions. You
you.
can't answer a single thing.
I'm
Not
watching all
you.
this shit.
be careful,
Thanks,
man.
bro.
Might just dox you. You might
Yeah,
just,
so
you might
fucking
just
shivering in
district
fear.
denial of service.
So King's bio says he is a 24-year-old man. He used the same excuse as Vapor Wolf, which makes us ask if he's Vapor Wolf, because he is using a voice changer.
Anyway, so it's
My
indicative.
point is,
It's indicative
Go
that
ahead,
like when
go on.
Vapor Wolf is being accused of a bunch of things, that specifically a bunch of 30-year-olds are coming to his defense, kind of makes a point that he is in contact with a lot of kids on here.
well, at the same time,
And we have one discussion without interruptions. Oh my goodness. But go ahead.
what I'm trying to say is the reason why I took Vapor Wolf's side and the reason why I'm hearing him out, I give everyone a chance to be heard. And what I have noticed is more like the role model type. Like he's trying to be like a role model. But if it was a sexual attraction, that would be another story. That's what I haven't seen. I haven't seen him do any sexual attraction.
You know what?
That's a different story.
Adults, 40-year-olds and 13 shouldn't be in like
I get
consistent
that.
contact with each other in the first place at all. So it doesn't matter what the
Well,
context
you're
is.
trying
It's
to be-
just at that
it's like role
by itself
model
is
shit.
bad.
You get what I mean.
No,
Unless
the role
there's, like,
model should be in
sexual-
real life and not in your chat on the internet.
But still, you get what I mean.
I don't, because it's bad and wrong.
But logically, if it was a parent or someone that knew the parent, etc., you get what I'm trying to say. Do you not? Because
Like a
if it was
VRChat parent?
logically- Kind of, but just to give them
That's
an
wrong.
idea
That's-
of how to deal with it.
There shouldn't be VRChat parents and VRChat children. That's a bad dynamic.
The reason why I somewhat agree with it and somewhat don't, it depends on the situation at hand. There's always a possibility that they're just trying to be a good role model and shit, and be a good mentor, etc. And then
They
at
should-
second glance, you have the situation where it's sexual and not okay. That's why I look at
Neither are
both
okay.
sides. Because either way, it could be either situation.
It should never happen because when these VRChat families they facilitate sexual exploitation and manipulation. We don't let little kids interact with adults in anonymous settings because those kids don't have the mental capability or the agency
Yeah, I get
to.
that. I'm talking about like at least.
That's
maybe
bad.
at age, for example. Maybe he's her up, not fucking.
How about not at all?
Story.
40-year-old with a bunch of 13-year-olds is no good. No matter the context, that shouldn't be
Depends.
happening.
Because they shouldn't be on the game if they're playing with adults. That's also the parents' fault at hand. That's another problem.
Well, it's everybody's fault. You can blame just the parents, you can blame the VRChat, you can blame the predators themselves. It's everyone's fault,
Yeah. Makes sense.
except the
But my point
child's.
is, yeah. My point is, if you're gonna bitch about something, bitch at the parents and look at both sides.
How is Nugget supposed to reach out
legitimately.
to every one of these kids' parents? It's not. That would
I
result
don't
in
know,
doxing
maybe
at every single one of these kids.
talk to the victim and simply talk to the local authorities. Ask them to speak with parents.
But Vapor Wolf, we don't know who Vapor Wolf is. What authorities are we supposed to contact and what information are we supposed to give him?
Well, you could either simply scene clock reporting or kick them off the platform.
Okay.
Simple.
If his account gets banned, which would be great if that happened, you would just make a new one. It doesn't matter.
King.
So,
It's a symbolic
doing,
victory at
bro?
most. Getting him banned doesn't do anything.
Are you gonna dox people?
I'm asking them too. My point is, if there's no logical evidence, and if they have like fucking kids on here they shouldn't to begin with, it's technically both parties' fault. And at the same time,
It's the
not
parents' fault?
completely-
It's the parents' fault. It's
Yes.
VRChat's fault for facilitating the platform for that to
You get
happen.
what
But it's
I
also
mean.
the adults' fault who's involved with the kids. They should know better because they have the agency in that immediate instance.
Unless you're trying to be a good role model, which is my point.
Nope,
People
that shouldn't
need
be happening.
guidance. Well, to each their own.
Go be a good role model for family, friends, kids. You know.
But you get what I'm saying. So all I'm gonna say is simply, I don't want to go any further with this, and I'd rather not fucking turn off someone's Wi-Fi to get them to cut the shit, or simply shut them down.
You sound like Vapor Wolf.
He blamed VRChat for allowing minors. Now think of this. The Vaporwolf stated that it's VRChat's problem. He stated this in my DMs. It's VRChat's problem for allowing my platform to begin with. That is victim blaming. It is not their fault. The VRChat TOS clearly states 13 above. While I don't agree with it myself, I'm not going to use it as an excuse to fill my friends list and my worlds full of and then be inappropriate with them and around them. And here's the thing I'm going to explain. VRChat is rated plus on Meta, Steam, and both app stores. I'm 23. I only befriend adults. I ask people their age before adding them, and if it's not stated in their bio, I simply just don't accept the friend request. King also accused me of making my original video for clout. Let me be honest. Yes, videos are made for views, but not for fame. That exposure video was made to expose someone and hold the predator accountable. During our interviews, King used a voice changer to sound intimidating, but it was just unlegible. Funny thing is, though, on his YouTube channel, under the same username, he shows his entire face and speaks clearly. The voice changer was nothing but a sad attempt at being mysterious. Other creators have reached out to me. One named Milo Murphy messaged me that night and informed me that he was in an instance that Vaporwolf was actively just talking about me and saying things about me. Vaporwolf even added me into his VRChat bio, so I guess I've made an impersonation since he can't stop thinking about me. Remember, there is no expectation of privacy in online public spaces. Even if you think you're alone, you're not. And trying to dox me is pointless. I live in a state where we have some really great laws about protecting yourself, and this is not a threat. This is just me stating that I live in a place that has really nice laws, that I have done 4 years of criminal justice training to know how to execute those laws and follow and abide by them. So if your goal is to intimidate me, trust me, you're not. You're failing, and you're making me laugh. King has also shown himself not to just be a defender, but possibly on the same side as Vaporwolf, but a hypocrite and a liar, along with a manipulator. I don't associate with people who defend pedophiles or try to harass whistleblowers. As always, my content is backed by evidence, recorded, witnessed, and real. Vaporwolf is a danger to VRChat, and if defending him makes me your enemy, then so be it. But I'm honestly going to say that event that happened last night was the funniest thing I have witnessed and been a part of. And I thank this guy for making it such a great night and making it so funny. Even if he manages to dox me, as I have stated, I do not care. What's he going to do? Send me a pizza?